Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play LEGO Lord of the Rings. Last episode we finished off free play, so now the next thing we're going to do is, since we got a bunch of mithril bricks in our inventory, we're going to go after the rest of the red bricks here now. Because we have enough mithril bricks now to get all of the red bricks, so we're going to head for the blacksmith shop here and get all of the items that we need here. So it really doesn't matter the order that you get these in, but I'm just looking in the guide in the order of these red bricks. So we'll get the mithril cluster bow first. The mithril cluster bow is nice because you can use it to fire multiple arrows with one, with one targeting section. So if you target multiple targets, you can fire all at all of them rather than just one arrow. You can just fire all of them at once. I never used the mithril cluster bow, but it would be nice to use. There we go. And all the treasure items that we're missing in our treasure trove are all mithril items. So, as I said in the last episode, so now we're gonna get the mithril music horn. You use this, and it makes any characters near you dance uncontrollably. It's pretty funny, to do it, and I'll probably show it off later. But for now, we're just gonna get them. Don't worry, we'll be going after the rest of the blacksmith designs later. Most of the remaining blacksmith designs aren't very useful. There's one, however, there's one blacksmith design in this episode that we're gonna get, but we're not gonna be able to craft it because it's very expensive to craft. Now we're going to get the mithril climbing boots. These are kind of expensive. They cost 8 bricks. These allow any character to climb the walls that Golem can climb. So they're kind of nice. Strangely enough, they're never needed in free play. But nevertheless, grab those. So that takes care of the mithril climbing boots. So we only have 2 items left. That whole bottom row of mithril items are all the ones that you don't need, that you can get. Those are all the ones that you access in the hub area, and they are just all extra mithril items, and pretty much all of them cost 16 bricks to craft. So it's kind of crazy how expensive they are. The mithril headdress here doesn't do anything. It's just a decorative item that you can wear. It doesn't serve any function. So, but it is what it is. Alright, so we have one more here to get. And that is the mithril ice bow. This I believe it freezes enemies when you fire them with it. I've never used the mithril ice bow, so don't quote me on it, but I believe that's what it does. And that is all the mithril items that we are going to need for the red bricks here coming up. So we can now go and access all of the red bricks here. The first red brick that we're going to get is one of the trickier. Well, it's not too tricky to access, but yeah, I was just showing the progress there quickly, and I was looking at the guide just to see what I need to do here. So the first one we're gonna get is an Edoras. Now this one here is blocked by a fire, and so I thought that we would need the mithril bombless bucket for this, which is a design that we can access here in Edoras. So the red brick is here, and then also the blacksmith item that I want to get is here, but I'm not going to access the blacksmith item here, but I'm going to go for the design here. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to get it, but I can't, so... Or at least I can't right now, because I didn't want to go and farm, or go and access a bunch of mithril bricks. So that's the blacksmith design, mithril bombless bucket. So we'll be getting that later though, because the mithril bombless bucket is very useful. So it does cost 16 bricks to craft. So I decided to travel to Bree though, just to check that. Just to see if I could maybe craft it, but I don't have enough mithril bricks to craft it right now. So we'll be crafting it later. Yeah, and since we're playing as an enemy here, the locals are gonna attack us, and I forgot to turn on the extras again before starting the recording. But here we are at the blacksmith shop again. I'm just gonna check the mithril bottomless bucket, and yep, it costs 16 bricks, so we're not gonna have enough to craft it. So we're gonna travel back to Edoras here. I was thinking about just getting the mithril bricks, but I thought, I don't think I need to here. So, but don't worry, the game does provide a way to actually easily put out that fire. It's hard to notice though, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I was looking at the guide, and I was lining up because it was saying to the right of the house of the king. So I thought that mithril, or that was a red brick we got earlier. So I thought it was this door here that we need to unlock, but it actually is not this door. But in order to unlock this door, you need to grow these 3 plants here, and then the door will open and this guy will show up. But this guy is not the guy we want to talk to, but I decided to talk to him anyway.
Apparently there's this strange drink called Ent Draft that can make hobbits stand as tall as men. Think you could bring me some? It should be hidden in that place where you went to track the hobbits.
So this is a normal fetch quest, and each of these fetch quests require a treasure item that you got in one of the levels.
Thanks for your help.
And the character will give you a clue as to which level the treasure item is in. So if you haven't gotten the treasure items in all of the levels, which you should have if you've been following along, because we just went through all free play, so you should have all the treasure items. But if you haven't, then that's what you need. So that's the fire right there. As you can see on top of that house there's actually a water pool there. So at this point here, I was thinking about just getting the mithril bricks, but I decided not to. I did get a mithril brick for giving that guy, for completing that one quest there. And I grabbed this mithril brick up here just because it's easy. I was like, okay, I need 3 more mithril bricks. How am I going to get those? So I wasn't sure what I was going to do about that. I was kind of debating on what I was going to do here, but I thought maybe there's a quick mithril brick here that we can get or something. I don't think these dig spots do anything. I think they just give you studs. I was just kind of looking around just to see if I could, because I didn't see that water thing on top of that house, so I was kind of looking around to see if there was like a water spring or something. But they actually put it in a pretty obvious spot. Plus, I think I was more so actually looking for mithril bricks at this point. But it's fine. So yeah, there are some mithril bricks we could get here, but I think at this point, this was the part where I spotted that water spring. You can see a bird up there, and it's like, oh, that's where the water is for that fire. So now we can, so to get up there, we just have to grow this plant here and jump up here. And we have to change to a character with a bucket. So we're going to change to Pippin. So, and of course, it should switch to our Hobbit character, but it's okay. We can jump up here with Pippin and fill up our bucket. So they conveniently place the water thing right there. So the game is nice to you at some parts. This is the guy that we want to talk to right here.
They say 2 arrows are better than 1, and I'm told the mithril cluster bow fires even more. Would you kindly forge me one? I'll pay you with a trick to get an interesting new look.
This guy wants the mithril cluster bow, so we'll give it to him.
I'm truly grateful.
And in return, he gives us the red brick for disguises. This puts a disguise on your character. It's pretty silly. It's been, the disguises extra has been in a lot of other LEGO video games, so they put it in here. So now we're going to go for another red brick, and it's by the passive Cardis here. But we have to kind of go around the long way to get this one. It'll be a little bit of a walk to get this one, but not terrible. So yeah, we have to go around to that island there. We're actually gonna have to come back to that island later because there's a mithril brick there. I didn't get the mithril brick there yet, so we are gonna have to get that later, but it's fine. So we're gonna go and travel through the pass of Cardis here. Kind of fell down there, but it's okay. It's kind of easy to get kind of disoriented here. So this is the lower fork, and if you take the higher fork there, that takes you through the pass of Cardis on to the other side. So here, instead of climbing down and going around the long way, I decided to just jump, to just kind of slide down the mountain. And we want to go over here. As you can see, there's some lily pads here that we can get. So I'm going to change to Sam here. And I think that mithril item is actually right there. You can see that cracked thing that you need Gimli to smash. I think that's where the mithril item is. But we're not going to go for that right now. We'll get it later. Or I don't know if that's where, but there's a mithril item there, I think. But we're not worried about that. We don't need it right now. We don't really need mithril bricks right now. So now here we want to change to the Berserker. And now we can talk to this guy.
I've found a trick which can reduce the mightiest foe to a laughingstock. Interested? Craft me a mithril music horn, and I'll reveal all.
Alright, so we'll give that to him.
I thank you.
Alright, and that gives us boss disguises. So this basically makes bosses have put on some sort of disguise and makes them look hilarious. I think I've seen a few of the boss disguises and they're pretty silly, but it's not really worth it. So the next one here is the Black Gate. It's by the Black Gate. It is actually by Black Gate. It's on top of one of the towers. I'll show you where it is. It's not that one there. That's where the mithril brick is. It's this one right here. It's this tower right here. Change to Legolas. And the other arrows are already placed there, so we can just go and jump up here. Yeah. Rotate the camera here a little bit. Climb up the ladder here, and we want to talk to this guy right here.
I was chasing a tasty-looking pig for days, but the crafty beggar scrambled up a cliff out of my reach. Forge me some mithril climbing boots so I could go after him. I'll reveal a secret that'll be music to your ears.
Alright, so that's the mithril climbing boots, of course.
Boy, give it here!
Alright, and that gives us the red brick 8-bit music. I've never actually turned this on, so I don't know what it sounds like, but it's supposed to make it sound like an 8-bit music, like a classic, like, makes it sound like a classic game, I guess. So I've never turned it on. So the next red brick is actually here in Bree, believe it or not. And it's actually, the item that we need is the mithril boxing gloves, which we unlocked in the last episode. So it's this question mark right here. It's right by the statue here, actually. It's this house right here. We need the berserker to blow up that metal lock there. And then we want to talk to this guy.
I have an argument to settle with the dwarf in an unarmed fight. Mithril boxing gloves don't count as weapons, right? Either way, I'll help you find mithril easily if you forge me a pair.
So we can give this guy mithril boxing gloves.
Thank you for your help.
Alright, that gives us the mithril brick finder. So yeah, generally I don't use this, but if you're having trouble finding mithril bricks in the hub area, that detector will help you find them a little bit. It will help you locate them a little bit easier. So, you know, you can mark them on the map. You know, you can set the mithril brick locations on the map. But if you're having trouble figuring out exactly where they're at, turn on the detector, and then there'll be an arrow to point where it's at too. So, makes it helpful. So the next item here is to the way north there of the dead marshes. So we got a little bit of trekking here across the dead marshes here. And it doesn't help when I fall in here, so change to Legolas to help us jump across a little bit easier. And we're going to ignore a lot of this stuff. We'll come back and explore these areas proper later, obviously. Once we actually start free roam proper. I just wanted to get all the red bricks here at this point, just to have those done. So that way I'm hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to look up anything more in the guide, because I should be able to figure out where everything else is by myself. Alright, so we want to change to Golem to climb up here. And I don't know if we can pull stuff out of the treasure trove with Golem, so we want to change characters here. Or I just changed characters here.
I'm often told my ears are uncommonly dull for an elf. A big shiny mithril headdress ought to disguise that problem. I'll reveal a way for you to boost your vitality if you forge me one.
Okay, so this guy wants the mithril headdress. We'll give it to him.
My eternal gratitude.
So that gives us mithril hearts. That basically gives everyone the ability that Frodo has with his mithril mail that he has on, where you get basically double your health with the mithril hearts. So it's a nice one. So this is the last red brick that we have to go for, and it's here at Weathertop. So we have to head south of Weathertop, and it's that question mark right there. I still have the mithril headdress, but oh well. And then after this, we'll be starting free roam proper, so that'll be exciting. I get to explore the great Middle Earth in all of its entirety, pretty much. So when we get over here, we want to talk to this guy right here.
I've been wondering, what kind of sorcery allows a mithril ice bow to freeze its target? If you would craft one for me, perhaps I could study it. In return, I'll share with you the knowledge of continuous recovery.
Alright, so that's the last time we unlocked the mithril ice bow. So it does freeze enemies.
I'm truly grateful.
And that gives us regenerate hearts. So if you don't have invincibility and if you're losing health or something, you can turn that on and that will regenerate your heart. So I paused it there just to show that I do indeed have all of the red bricks. And so I decided to go for this mithril brick right here because it's not too bad to get back to this area, but we're not going to be coming back to this area. There's only this one mithril brick right here, and so I just figured might as well get this one right now. And I fell in the water there. Oh well. So there's just one mithril brick right here, and I decided to get it now, just to have it. It's only gonna take a minute here, so don't worry. It's actually a pretty easy mithril brick to get. Alright, now we need to change to Legolas. For some reason, sometimes weird, random, when you have to hold Y to bring up the character wheel, and sometimes it doesn't. When you tap, sometimes it changes characters. It's weird like that sometimes. So jump up here and climb, and then you want to press B to drop down when you're above the mithril brick. And there we go, we got the mithril brick. So there we go. So that is going to do it for this episode of LEGO Lord of the Rings. Next time we'll be starting free roam proper. So until then, this is Joe Cool 10 signing out.